Hi everyone! Today I have a requested 3 looks 1 palette using the Metropolis palette. I am skipping the Triochrome palette this year, it just really bored me and I have indie multi-chromes that I prefer, so I thought it would be really fun to just bust out this holiday palette from last year and use it again. For the first look, I'm doing more of an olive green look. There's not actually too many greens in this palette, but there is enough to make kind of a wearable version of a green look. I know greens were really popular last year, and I still feel like sometimes we don't really have many greens available in the mainstream market to pick from. Overall, I do really like the Metropolis palette, however I will say for as large as it is, there is a significant amount of overlap and it actually feels rather limited in the number of unique looks I can create. Obviously I have a lot of colors to pick from, but for each look that I make, the overall vibe will be very similar to the majority of other looks I can make, and that is because a lot of these colors are very close to each other in tone. So it is very expensive, and so I would definitely caution if you don't really think you're gonna like the color scheme, if you don't really think you're gonna like the vibes that you can create with it, definitely pass. I personally really love these colors. I think they flatter my olive undertones really well, so I totally enjoy this palette even if it doesn't allow for that much creativity and diversity within the palette. I also would say if you just want the gold and blue vibes that Metropolis offers, get her gold palette. That one is much more specific to the blue and neutral and gold theme, and honestly, it is a gorgeous palette. I would highly recommend her gold palette. For my second look, I'm sticking to this corner quad down here, which is a little bit more cool and has that pop of blue. I do really like how she arranges her quads. I will say that it's very easy to kind of pick and choose which shades you want due to how they're arranged. This video was filmed while my own personal cats were very sick with undiagnosed gastrointestinal issues, so the lighting is a little bit shoddy, my hair is a mess, and I'm just wearing a t-shirt. You'll just have to bear with me. I still wanted to get this video out for you guys, and filming was a really great escape from constantly tracking all of the poop that the cats were making, so I look a little disheveled, but it's just mostly because I've just been really tired. One thing I really like about Natasha Denona's matte and shimmer formulas is that you can really use the shimmer and wash it all over the lid and even blend it out and it still looks really good. You don't see it becoming like a weird matte like some shimmers do. It will still retain its shimmery look even when you diffuse it. To add some interest, I'm going to take this shade of blue and just pop it on the inner corner. It's pretty generic as far as looks go, a pop of color on the inner corner, but I actually don't do it very often because of my epicanthic folds, so I thought I would give it a try today. I know it's kind of sacrilegious to use these little foam applicators, but I actually find them to be really nice. Metropolis doesn't quite have a champagne shade I want, so I was just using a stick eyeshadow to highlight my lower lash line. For this look, I kind of wanted to show how I do eyeliner without making it look really thick. I actually kind of line my lash line and then I float the top portion of it so the inner portion is not filled in, it's just left hollow. This looks a lot less heavy. It really doesn't look that dramatic, honestly. From far away, it just looks like a single cohesive line. And you save product and it's not really like a thick pit of black on your eyelids. I was having the worst time getting my face makeup to work, so the blush is too heavy, the lip color is wrong, my lips are messy, but I hope you enjoy the eye look for what it is and you can kind of see where I was trying to go before I messed it all up. This look was inspired by me just watching one of the videos from Alexandra Anil. I just discovered her on YouTube like last month and she's currently one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. I love her eye looks, and she also has a background in fine art, so her sense of color theory is super grounded, which makes her eye looks really cohesive and inspiring. And she was using one of ColourPop's newest releases, and I thought that I would mimic it and adapt it for monolids using the Metropolis palette. Again, you can see here how the shimmers, even when diffused, still look really pretty on the eyelids. So that's why I opted to use it, and then I just use a matte to kind of blend out the edges a little bit. As you can see, if I had like a more standard Caucasian eye shape, this would be where the quote-unquote crease would be, where I'm putting it, but on monolids it tends to have a more graphic look to it. I am now adding a thick wing using this blue eyeshadow, kind of to mimic what her look did, where she used eyeshadow as eyeliner and it was fairly thick on her as well. Natasha Denona's cream to powder blue mattes are some of my favorite blues in my collection. The one in her gold palette as well is also really pretty. You can see that I also lined my epicanthic fold a little bit. This brings my eyes closer together, makes my eyes look larger, and enhances the cat-like look that I'm going for. And then to continue mimicking her look, I'm going to take this gold shimmer and I am placing it above my eyeliner, just kind of on the inner half of my eye. I'm not trying to make it super opaque, so I'm just using a pencil brush to apply a light wash of pigment. I'm then filling in my inner corners. This will again make my eyes look more lifted and cat-like. And then for just a little graphic pop, I'm taking that red metallic I used first on my eyelid and I'm going to apply it more intensely on the lower lash line for a double wing effect. Finally, to bring it all together, I just apply some of that gold in the middle. I love using darker eyeshadow on my inner corners like this. I feel like it really helps to elongate and enlarge my eyes, and it just really enhances my natural eye shape. I would definitely encourage you, if you have monolids, to try this. And as you can see, I definitely had a much better makeup day today when I was doing this look. I hope you really enjoyed this video and I hope you found these inspiring. I'll see you in the next video.